Alright, I'm back again. This is the second part of the crane video. As you can see, well, I've moved to the side of the garage because I have no room on the other side. Because this particular model is 13 foot. I've added that second section on there. It's just bolts up right here. It's right there with two bolts, top and bottom. This one right here, you're probably going to notice is a little bit different than the last one. It's been about a week ago since I worked on that one. I've actually added my, I guess you could call them cables. And all I've got is just some thick twine right here. And it's pretty sturdy and tight. And just, I cut notches in these right here where it'll run through, and it's on both sides. And what it does, instead of just supporting the top, where you would have a single one right here in the middle, and it supports the top and the side to keep from wobble and sway. I've also added a motor to pan. I'll go down here and show you that. And just like I was talking about in the last video, I still haven't got a place for the tilt motor, but right here is my pan motor. It's just off an old, off of an RC car that a friend of mine was getting rid of, so I went ahead and got it off of him and tore it down, and this was one of the motors out of it. It's just off an old toy, so I just kept the controller to it. And it's got two motors, but this one right here does nothing. And these are just buttons that make sounds and stuff. I ain't going to use them, obviously. But this one right here controls the pan. This one, pull it back, it goes left. Push it forward, it goes right. And I'll show you on the monitor here. And you push it forward, and you tilt right. And then the other one, pull back, and you go left. And I don't know if you can see that up there, but I'll hit the controller, and right, it's single speed. I don't have the speed controller on there yet, because it just come off an RC car. It was just an old toy, but I'm hoping to find a way to hook a controller to this for speed, because it's really slow now, and I'm wanting to add that effect to where you can do some really fast pans and tilts to get that dramatic effect. All right now it's just slow, and I really don't like that. And plus, it's making a lot of noise. It's you can hear it in the recording, but I found a way to get that sound out, so I really don't have to worry about that. Obviously, I've had to add more weight. It seems to be holding up pretty good. The last time I had the extras on there for the 13, my tripod actually collapsed, so I actually got lucky this time. And it's holding up pretty good. I'll go ahead and raise it up here. Very smooth, just like the last model. Have to put a little bit more pressure on it to lift it up here, because I haven't found the exact weight to use on it. You can get some really good shots out of this thing, even without a tilt. You don't even have to have tilt for it. Before you record, like I said last time, you can just go up and tilt it before you start recording, and then it comes out really good. I have a little shake. It shakes a little bit once you're panning, but that's just because of the gear. It hasn't got the right kind on it. It's got a smaller gear than it really needs. So I'm going to get another one put on there, and that should stop it from shaking. I don't know if it's going to show up on here, but it kind of shakes a little bit, so I'm going to try to fix that. But let me see if I can. It's kind of hard to control holding the camera in one hand and run crane the other. I'll just hold this down to the monitor here, and I'll show you. And I'll be putting video from the gym on there. Right now I'm just shooting it from my monitor, but I'll be mounting this camera here on there. It's my phone, but I'll find a way to put it on, and I'll give you some video from that. But I like it for under $100. You can't beat it. It's just like the professionals. Not as big, but hey, for under $100, you can't beat it. Making indie films or anything, just even for commercial, it could be a good one to use. I've had people ask me before if these are for sale. No, I do not sell them. I keep them for myself, just to use for personal use. I could give out ideas on how to build these, but no, I don't sell mine because I just like to keep them. Use for my own use. I do a lot of filming, so and just in case you're wondering what I've actually made this frame out of, the actual jib itself here, this black, is actually made out of, believe it or not, an old bed, and it worked out perfect because these went on both sides. You have one here and then one on the other side to support the bed, and I've actually used all the metal off of it, even the support rod here. I built that myself. That's actually off the bed too. Weight bar is off of it. Only thing that did come off was the tripod. That's just an old telescope tripod that I've had for years. I built this here myself out of some 2x4s. That was actually from my first jib I ever built, and it's worked out pretty good. So I just kept it. The bed I found on the side of the road. I was going to take it to the trash. So I asked first if I could have it. He let me have it for nothing, so hey, that bitch going out to Lowe's or Home Depot or wherever and buying it. Really good. I'm going to clean up my table, so I'm going to try to find a way to run them inside the tube. That way it don't show and everything. Pretty good. But in the 13-foot setup, the one thing I don't like is, because I haven't got a cable for it right now, I can't monitor my sound through the camera because I have to have another extension. All I have right now is just a composite video cable right now, just this right here, and I can't tie in my sound. But with the 6-foot section, I can tie in my sound. I can plug that in and monitor it. My monitor, don't know if I showed this before, has a little headphone jack right here. You can't see it in the camera, but it's got a little headphone jack there, and then I can monitor my sound. And even through the camera's microphone is really good. I've taken my shotgun mic off for now because it adds a little extra weight to it. And another thing on the Avarios, they didn't have a handle on them, so I went ahead and fashioned up my own right there. Just held it on with some Velcro. And it works pretty good. Got me a little homemade lens hood on there with a little thing here at the top, keep out the glare. In case you're wondering what this thing is sticking out back here, no, it is not a battery. It's actually attached to the stock camera battery. This battery here is another battery that goes to a light that I've made here recently to go on, and it attaches at the top of the handle here, and it just plugs into that connector there. This is an old 6-volt battery with one of those little connectors on it. I just built a little box to go around it, and I'll put the light on there and show y'all what it looks like. And there's tilt and everything. Still has a little bit of wobble in it from the gear mechanism up here. That gear mechanism is actually just made out of an old fishing rod, just in case anybody's wondering. But yep, that's what it looks like, and I'll be getting some videos up from shots and everything. But for now, signing off. Part 3's on the way.